I just want to say I'm very excited, by the way. I know I was speaking yesterday as well. I'm a spokesperson, I suppose, in the Shannon on the Fine Gael side for education further and higher education as well. Absolutely delighted to see about the TUs, the 90 million investment through the sort of transitional fund there. And that, you know, basically that's going to be coming on stream very, very quickly. I was very happy to hear as well the CUA and so on that you're looking in 2022. So that's absolutely fantastic. Just in terms of income, particularly about what we're talking about now, obviously COVID has a huge impact, but the income streams that are coming through, I'm just curious to know international students, what the impact is like that, just for the Institute's technology, the emerging, technological universities. And then also, you know, from the TIA colloquium that we spoke of previously, there was great examples of research across AIT, you know, GMIT with the marine biology, I mean, between Carlow and Letterkenny as well. So I suppose just how do you see the income streams increasing from the likes of research-based, you know, from research funding organisations, and that could be at an EU level, Horizon 2020, or particularly, say, from the likes of SFI or Enterprise Ireland. And again, I'm just looking at other funding streams that are going to come in, as well as us making a decision and the commitment that Minister Harris has given in terms of the Castles report at the start of next year. So thank you very much, and if we could maybe keep it to 30 seconds to a minute, and apologies for the pressure on that. Thank you very much for each speaker.
Yeah, sorry, so you shouldn't go to me then. No, the income streams, once you become a technology university, there's a lot more critical mass, and the research, the depth of research activity increases, and you're able to bring together teams that will allow us to make even more of an impact on the European Union side of things. We're working very closely, and Joe, with SFI now, where we wouldn't traditionally have to draw on a lot of funding down. We're getting more and more of that funding as it comes in. Obviously, Enterprise Ireland and IDEA were key sources for us, and we will continue that because of our very applied research, but we're broadening the spectrum of research that we do in the technological sector. So the income streams will improve. And we'll take advantage of that. One of the things you'll see is the European university networks, and a number of us are involved in European university networks, which is bringing money in and allowing for deeper collaboration in a pan-European way. The THEA colloquium, yeah, and so maybe Joe.
Thank you very much, Professor Canaan. I appreciate that. Dr. Ryan?
I might invite in Dr. McGahey. Might give just an insight into the international students, just in terms of an institute. It might be very helpful to get an idea.
I mean, grown our international student population right across the sector very significantly, and through coordinated efforts of THEA and the supports that they've provided. It's a very important income source for us at the moment. It has actually been hit by the COVID situation. I know my own institute, we've about a 34% reduction in international students, and that's not all on our side. You know, there's been difficulties in their own home countries and so on. So we need to get back on that, but absolutely the international students are very important revenue or income source for the institute. But obviously the international students bring an awful lot more to the higher education institutions. It's not just revenue, and we're very careful to make sure that they're balanced across disciplines and groups, and that they get the experience that they're looking for, as well as, you know, our own students, I suppose, experiencing lots of different nationalities and that diversity and that richness. And of course then that leads to other cooperations and initiatives with, you know, international universities. So it's a critical part of the technological universities. I would say that even as Institutes of Technology, we've made significant strides in that area in recent years in particular.
Mulcahy, Mr. Hannigan, would you like to?
Just in terms of the research area, with the Brexit issue, there will be opportunities for collaboration with institutions in Northern Ireland specifically, and I know SFI are looking at that. Yes. They just had a meeting there last week with the around that, but also, you know, it's been a source of funding through Interreg funding, etc., to ourselves over the last number of years for specific buildings and also specific research projects, which has been really helpful in our context. We hope that that can continue in some guise as we move forward.
Very good. Thank you so much for the time. I suppose we're just literally coming up to the end, so I must admit that I hope that we might be able to invite you. Oh, apologies. Sorry. Oh, sorry, Professor Canaan. My apologies. Not at all.
The only question we didn't ask was about vaccinations and the availability of the sector to help. It is absolutely open to that. We've had a number of test centres already on our campuses, and we work very closely with the HSE and everything else. So we are available to set up centres to facilitate that.
Well, that's wonderful to hear, and I think the third level sector has been phenomenal in terms of their engagement in our response to COVID, so thank you very much for that. And
Chair, just very close, I think this is really important. this and to thank both Thea and IUA, but I would ask that this committee, given the funding crisis keeps recurring and that it has been raised here, and obviously the additional deficits as a result of COVID, that I would ask that the committee would treat this as a priority and that there would be a specific discussion very soon on the very issue.
Thank you very much, Senator Byrne. I suppose, yes, I do look forward to having you back in here again very, very soon, and I know we'll be speaking with Deputy Keogh as well on that. I just really would like to thank you all for coming here today. The discussion has been equally as beneficial and informative for the committee as our first session with the IUA. I believe the discussion has given the committee a very clear insight into the key issues and concerns into the higher education sector, and particularly I think for Thea, apologies, it gets to be a bit of a tongue twister. Easier without the mask, Technological Higher Education University. I just want to say thank you so much. My apologies for putting you a little bit under pressure with time. We will have more time when you come back again, and it was just that we had both associations in this today with us. So I really look forward to it. It's such an exciting time, and I appreciate everything you've done. I think we may need to close now, and look forward to seeing you again soon.